It is Sunday morning, and you know what that means. It's time for Browns football. Titans versus Browns. It's the draft bowl, the tankathon, whatever you want to call it. Woo, boy. There are some intriguing storylines of this, though. Also, fantasy football playoffs coming up. The start, sits, live tracking, injuries, who you want, coming up in hashtag Ask Andy. And, of course, the parlay party. We're going to build the ultimate NFL betting ticket. Let's get to the show.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Andy McNamara, the sickest Cleveland Browns podcast.
Chubb runs, he's to the 10, 15, he's to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. There goes Chubb, he's to the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Chubba Lubba Hub.
It's gonna be sick.
Welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope it's warm where you are, cold, windy, and snowy where I am. And this is a game for the Tennessee Titans coming in to take on the Cleveland Browns, where I've seen tickets as low as $7. You know, as far as entertainment-wise, there's a couple different things. We're going to get to the full preview of that when we bring in Jarett, Foote, host of Sick Pod Titans. A little collab today coming up in a few minutes. Make sure you're clicking subscribe, notifications on, and give us a follow on X at Sick Pod Browns, at AndyMC81. Get your fantasy football questions in there too using hashtag Ask Andy. You can also do that in the chat right here. Instagram and TikTok at AndyMC Sports. That's where you'll get my post-game reaction videos. Usually they're miserable. I'd be happy today. Myles Garrett could break the sack record today. Needs 4. No, Tennessee's averaging, giving about 4 a game. Who knows? But first, before we bring on Jarett, of course, during a miserable Browns season, why not stack on a little bit more misery to the dog pound? Producer Shane, if you could bring up this delightful headline that captured my attention. Oh, what's this? Sources. Browns expect Deshaun Watson to be on 2026 roster. Great. Isn't that fun? Deshaun Watson still shot itself in the proverbial foot after just sending off Baker Mayfield into the nether regions, and now look where he has come up. Paul DePodesta's gone, but oh boy, Deshaun Watson, he just keeps sticking around. Problem is this, folks, okay? And in the article, Adam Schefter wrote and numerous others reporting and say, it'll be expensive if the Browns let him go. Guys, it's going to be expensive regardless. If you don't cut him this year, you are still going to have to eat 2 years worth of significant salary cap money, no matter when you let him go. So why not get it over with? Get it over with. He's not the future. He's not the present. He's dead weight. Is he good in the quarterback room? Okay, isn't that what coaches are supposed to be for? Tommy Reese, Musgrave, have them mentor. Okay, get me. I'm sure there is another veteran backup cheaper who can be just a great guy for Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel. Okay, the quarterback room sucks. You need to draft yourself Fernando Mendoza. How about that game last night? And I'm shocked the Buckeyes lost. Missed field goal. Julian said Buckeyes look rattled from that Indiana defense. Real deal. Caden Curry, by the way. Oh, my. That guy, first-round pick? Yeah. How would he look opposite Myles Garrett? Cardinal, they just littered with it. But Fernando Mendoza, and afterwards, too, after the game, praising God, leader of men, ice in his veins, made mistakes, came back, not big on the scoreboard, but that guy is a pro-ready QB, period. The unfortunate part is if the New York Jets like him, I don't know why you wouldn't. They got way more ammo from the trades they did to trade up with the Tennessee Titans, who are probably going to get that number 1 overall pick spot to go get Fernando Mendoza. So the Browns stuck with Deshaun Watson. You let him go post June 1st. You take your hit. It's going to be over $80 million salary cap hit anyway. Just get it over with. Why? Why hold on to him? Makes zero sense. Except to keep tormenting fans. Like the lack of awareness of the Haslam family is shocking. You don't need him. The owner said you missed. The owner said, big quote, big swing and a miss. Okay, great. Thanks for recognizing that, Jimmy. Get his ass out of town and let us get on with our lives. According to sources, apparently not. And then who knows what's going to happen with the GM and head coach and all that good stuff. Anyway, fantasy football updates. We will get that to you as the day goes on. Remember, questionable coming in. Omarion Hampton, Hassan Haskins, Justin Herbert for the Chargers. This is Bam night day, folks, okay? For the Arizona Cardinals. You got DeMarcado out. Marvin Harrison Jr. out. Get yourself some Michael Wilson in there as well. So those are a few places. We have 4 teams on bye. And Reed activated off the injured reserve. We'll get to your fantasy football questions as we go. Use hashtag Ask Andy. Make sure you jump in the chat and subscribe on YouTube. But let's bring in my fellow Sick Podcast host. He is for the Sick Pod Titans, Jarett Foote, jumping in.
What's up, Andy? How are you?
Oh, Jarett, your team has 1 win. Mine has 3. Let's go.
Yeah, seriously. Listen, like you're said in the intro, it's. I hope it's warm where you are. It's not warm where I am, and it's certainly not going to be warm in Cleveland today at 32 degrees. So it's going to be a tankathon in Cleveland, and I can't wait to talk Browns Titans with you right now.
Boy, man, it's been a year for both our clubs. Let's talk a little bit about the Titans. Let's start on a positive here, because the one guy who I know there is one. The one guy that has really popped is your kick and punt returner. And the Browns special team sucks. Talk to us a little bit about this guy. And he's probably the most dangerous thing on this Titans team.
Yeah, Jim DK. I mean, obviously all-purpose leader right now. He's on pace to break, I think, Darren Sproles' all-purpose record. Listen, he's dynamite. I mean, they just got to get him the ball in space on offense. I mean, we are terrible with the offensive line. We're going to get into it. Terrible skill-wise. We have rookies all over the field on offense, but he's dynamic. He was dynamic at Florida. When we drafted him, anytime, I mean, we missed this as Tennessee Titan fans, throughout the whole years. I mean, we never had a punt returner. We never had any good special teams. You could say besides Kevin Dyson with the Music City Miracle, but Jim DK, he brings another dynamic to the offense where I like to see him get more involved and in the kicking game. Anytime he touches the ball, anything can happen with this guy, and it's huge with Cam Ward, especially with field position wise. Getting Cam Ward, great field position, can lead to points eventually. Obviously not right now because we are 1 and 2. I think 31st and 32nd in total offense. So, I mean, anytime he gets the ball in his hands, he's dynamic.
Yeah, he's very exciting. Bubba Vitrone coached him at the Senior Bowl. 4th-round pick said, yeah, he's the real deal. Bubba needs to go, of course, for the Browns. You got to clear house. You guys already cleared house, got the jump start on that. Cam Ward, what could have been a very interesting 2 first-round pick quarterback matchup has turned into Cam Ward first overall, Shedeur going to the 5th. Lots of controversy and whatever you want to call it here in Cleveland. Cam Ward, like you mentioned, not a lot around him. What have been your takeaways so far through his rookie year?
Listen, I don't know if you ever watched Titans, X or Twitter or anything. All the comments, it's so toxic, with Tennessee Titan fans. We want the best automatically. We want the Jaden Daniels. We want the C.J. Stroud. We want the Justin Herbert right away. Yep. We want the turnaround right away, and it's not going to happen. With a swinging door, left and right tackles right now because J.C. Latham, first round pick, he's been very not liable, but I don't know the word. He's been very not reliable right now on the right hand side. So Myles Garrett is gonna feast today, but when you have to surround we have $140 million next year in free agency. You have to surround your quarterback with talent. Calvin really went down early, so that obviously hurt. They had really good chemistry in the summertime, and Calvin really wasn't really the wide receiver one that we really wished we had, like we had in AJ Brown. So when you have 4 rookies, you have Gunnar Helm, who's getting adjusted to the NFL. You have Chim DK. You have Alec Eilmanner. Right off the bat, you have 3 rookies, right? Pass catchers, trying to develop. And now you're bringing in Xavier Restrepo from the practice squad because you have injuries galore, in that wide receiver and tight end room. I mean, that's a recipe for a disaster. When you have a rookie quarterback throwing 2 rookies in the NFL trying to get adjusted as well to the NFL and NFL defenses and schemes and blitzes that's constantly coming out with rotation of tackles and Zeitler at the left right guard position, he went down. The only reliable one is Peter Skoronski on the left hand side right now. Cushenberry, the center that we had from Denver 2 years ago, he's been down this offseason, so he's a potential cut. So it's constant movement on the offense. So there's not a lot of cohesiveness over here. So that's why I'm a big guy to say, hey, pipe down on the Cam Ward talk right now. The guy's made throws. Okay, he's throwing 2 wide receivers. I understand the frustration from Titans fans, including myself. But we're 1-11. We're possibly going to be 1-12 by the end of this one, right?
Right.
Build your team the right way in the offseason. Mike Borgonzi came in here. We have 4 ex-NFL GMs in the front office. Build
Okay.
your team the right way in the
Right.
offseason next year. Okay, just like the Patriots did, just like the Bengals did. They started surrounding Joe Burrow with talent. They surrounded Drake May with talent. Look what he's doing this year. So that's where I'm saying pipe down on that. And like you mentioned with the Hall, Mendoza, what he did yesterday was ridiculous. And if we solidify that number one spot, like you said, and the Jets really want to come up, it's money for us. Okay,
Big money.
And then the draft class in 2027 is one of the best that's coming out ever, especially skill position wise. So, I mean, you have Jeremiah Smith out there, Ryan Williams out there. So if we get a haul from that and the Jets do suck in 27, I know we're going down the road over here. Jets do suck over there, or the Raiders, and they have a high draft pick. We have that capital to keep surrounding Cam Ward with talent, and that's what we have to do.
That's what you got to do.
I'm all in on Cam Ward. I don't care if we don't win another game this season. Titan fans are up and down as well. I know me and Sal talk about it all the time on the podcast where we're both in on Cam Ward, but you just got to give it time. You have to give it time.
What are you going to do? Give up on him?
Yeah.
After year one? That's ridiculous. That's a recipe for disaster. And for this Titans team, you can get good as long as you got the right decision makers and the right personnel evaluators. You can get good real quick. Browns would be another contender to move up, but really at this point, it looks like if the Jets want Mendoza and the Titans do have the first overall pick, they can get Mendoza. Yeah. Like they can just outbid everybody and be stupid about it. Like you guys could get 3 first-round picks, maybe more. I don't know.
Or even a Garrett Wilson with a sign and trade, just like DJ Moore happened with Carolina. That's another one.
Sure.
You're surrounding Cam Ward with talent, and that's where I would like to go with this.
I love Mendoza so much.
Now you mentioned that with Mendoza with the Browns. And I know you mentioned with Watson. I know I wanted to touch on that with Watson. Watson's possibly, staying with the team in 2026. You've seen him practicing this week. He's healthy. What's your take on that? I know you touched on it now, but Mendoza, you're going to have almost 3 rookies in a wide receiver room if you get rid of it. Do you like that? Who's the future for the Cleveland Browns at the quarterback position for you?
The question of that is unknown. My take is Deshaun Watson needs to go. Bye. He's nice in the room. Oh, Jarett, he's a nice guy in the room. He's helping. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. I got coaches who can do that. Or get another cheap old veteran who can be nice too. You got nice guys. I can get you nice guys cheap. Not a problem. Okay. Get the Watson out of the building. You're going to have to pay out the butt no matter what for years. Like this isn't over. It's salary cap crippling for multiple years. But the sooner you do it, the sooner you get over it. I would take Mendoza. I don't care if it's a quarterback room, Mendoza, Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders. I don't care. Get rid of it. I just want Mendoza. I want Mendoza. That's what I want. I wanted the draft day movie sticky note, Fernando Mendoza, no matter what, right? Like that. That's what I want. Now, the Browns, like the Titans, have so many holes. The Browns will likely need 3, maybe 4 new offensive linemen. Ridiculous. You are seeing exactly what that's like. You need wide receivers too. Very much the same type of situations of these two franchises. And the Browns might also be in for a head coaching search, maybe a GM search as well, as they look to retool, or you bring it all back, which is equally frustrating. It's wild.
Yeah. I mean, I would take your skill position players right now versus ours. I mean, Junkins is awesome, is an absolute beast, and you have like a 1-2 punch almost in Sampson too. I love Sampson coming out of Tennessee. What he did and provided for you guys in that absence for Junkins in the beginning of the season was eye popping. I have him on my my dynasty fantasy team. I know you're a big fantasy guy.
Yeah,
I have Dylan Sampson stashed in there as well. But your skill positions, I think, are head over heels compared to ours. I like Fannin. I like Njoku versus our tight end room, Jerry Jeudy. And I forgot who the other wide receivers are, but still.
Exactly. Cedric Tillman is
Cedric Tillman, old Tennessee guy too as well.
I mean,
but I mean, those guys compared to all the rookies that we have and can't throw the ball to, it's just head over heels better than us. But the offensive line, how's Jack Conklin been, by the way? Is he still hurt?
Jack Conklin is always hurt. He is out with a concussion now. He comes back for a game and is inevitably injured in the first half. Well, you guys all know all about when he's in. He's the best lineman. He's fantastic, but he cannot stay healthy. So he'll be gone. You don't have a left tackle. DeJuan Jones can't stay healthy. So the Browns are going to need a left and right tackle. That's a big problem. So my fear,
rookie quarterbacks, yes.
Well, my fear is this: is that they're going to be like, oh, well, we need all this. Well, we'll have Deshaun come back, and then we'll just draft offensive line. Look, we had Hall of Fame level offensive lines in the past with Joe Thomas and you name a plethora of guys. One of the best offensive lines in football for years. Didn't get you nothing. Get me the quarterback. Figure it out. That's why they get paid millions of bucks. Figure it out how to get the offensive line improved and go from there. You mentioned Myles Garrett, though, Jarett. Oh, boy, that is the one bright spot. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the Titans are giving up an average of being like Cam Moore being sacked at least 4 times per game. And that's exactly the number that Myles Garrett needs to beat the all-time record. He's got to do it in 16 games, in my opinion. I want any asterisks with 17 like TJ Watt. I want him to get it clean and take that record. With the offensive line struggles, how can the Titans kind of, I guess, avoid Myles Garrett? Like, dump it off the Pollard? Like, what's the angle here?
They could and dump it off the Spears. That's what you got to worry about. But if Cam Ward can get the ball out of his hands quick, which I've been pounding the table for, just get open, find the hole in his own defense and right. Just, dink and dunk down the field. It's just, he needs to, if the first or second read's not there, he's got to be able to run. Use his feet a little bit more, and they've been saying that a little bit. Okay, the NFL, he's adjusting to the NFL, but when I see him holding the ball for 4 or 5 seconds, I'm like, dude,
you're done.
Just run. Just run. When you see that clean hole, just go. If no one's there with rookies, just go.
Yeah.
And today it's going to be that example. If he doesn't do that, Andy, if you got $500 or $1,000 just laying around as just to piss away money, bet $500 or $1,000 that Garrett is going to break the record today.
Well, DraftKings Sportsbook action.
I wholeheartedly believe that he is going to break the record today because that's what happens to Tennessee Titans. Okay, they have guys that who haven't done anything for a while. It's their come out game. It's guys that need something to break something. It's their come out game. And today is the day that Myles Garrett gets it done on December 7th, 2025. Wow. He breaks the record against the Tennessee Titans because Dan Moore, liability. J.C. Latham, even more liability. We have guys all over Twitter, and then you see, Brian Baldinger, he does the breakdowns. J.C. Latham has his hands on his hips, not finishing plays. No effort at the end while the quarterback still has the ball, while the running back's still behind you. You're not finishing to the whistle. You were at IMG Academy, one of the best high schools in the country. Then you go to Alabama with Nick Saban, one of the best programs in the country a couple of years ago when you were in Alabama. That was being taught to you? I highly doubt that. When you get to the NFL, finish through the whistle. And he has not done that. And that's a huge problem. That's why I think Myles Garrett is going to break the record today. Mark my word, come back to it. Let's
go. Pin it, post it, bet it on the DraftKings Sportsbook. I love that. Okay, let's do a little game prediction here. Like, Jarett, at this point in the year, it's all right. And I always say this. At the moment, I love having a win because I went through a winless season. I went through 1-31. Any win feels good for the short term.
131. That's
right.
That's we have almost.
That's dicey, brother.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It feels good in the moment because you're like, okay, I got to win. You feel a little, you can exhale. Come April and the draft, you're like, oh, man, that might have hurt us. The Browns are in this spot. If the Titans win, they got 2 wins. Browns got 3. They kind of move up. You still have the Raiders, the Jets, Saints, all kind of festering around there. For Titans fans, is as painful as it is the best strategy. Just, hey man, keep losing.
Yeah, I mean, I the keep losing thing and the tanking as fans, of course we want to see it because we want the haul, especially with the Jets. And if you want to come up for a quarterback, but obviously there's guys in the locker room that are playing and they're getting paychecks and they have to.
Players never tank. Yeah, they never tank. That's their job. If you tank, they're going to draft your replacement. So the players, the MO that the players tank is ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. So people don't understand that. Us as fans, we can root for them to lose, right? We wear all the merchandise. We got stuff on the walls. I got memorabilia all over the place that you can't see, besides Happy Gilmore and Sandlot behind me. But I admire your stuff behind you, by the way. That's great.
Thank you.
That, I mean, just that whole mindset for us, I don't want to win. I know Sal wants a win, the host of the podcast, I'm Coles. But I know he wants to win just to have that belt on that notch under, Cam Ward say, all right, it was something to build on. What I want to see is, I don't care if we don't win. I want to see progression from Cam Ward. Okay. Don't make those mental mistakes, those high pressure situations, get in the 2-minute, operate the 2-minute offense, go down the field, think and dunk and run. Show promising. But the head coach and the interim, right? They have no balls to give Cam Ward the keys to the offense, whether it's 4th and 3. And you don't go for it, but if it's 4th and 4, you're going to go for it, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't just go for every 4th down in that point. Give him
what do you have to lose?
Yeah, give him every single option to study from and learn from this year, so he's even better for next year.
Yeah.
But that's how I think about it.
That makes a lot of sense. And Shedeur Sanders for the Browns, it's like I knew what Dylan Gabriel was the second they drafted him. I'm still furious about it. I was furious about a draft night. Fringe backup is the ceiling. Shedeur Sanders, his floor is a total bust out. His ceiling could be a viable starter. I want to see more in tough situations as well. And this is a kind of underplayed two rookies who trained with each other in the offseason and kind of see what they can do or grow, and really a positional stake of what is going to be looked at going forward. So
the thing I don't like about this narrative in the game is we all know, well, the Browns are +4, right? I mean, the Browns are -4. They're home. They're favorites to win this game. Okay. Yeah. The narrative will now be when or if Shedeur wins this game, is Shedeur better than Cam Ward? Should Shedeur Sanders been the first overall pick? Was this a miss? That's what the news articles are going to surround Titans Twitter, and it's going to be the narrative in Nashville come Monday morning. And I understand that where it's coming from. But when you look at it, the Browns have a better defense. The Browns have better skill positions. The Browns have a better head coach, right? So within those regions, I don't care if you win 6-3 today.
Right.
A win is a win, and that's what's gonna say. Whether both of them don't throw an interception or both of them don't throw a touchdown, they both managed to win or lose this game. So that's where I want to just put that out there right here.
I'm totally with
you. No quarterback can make a mistake over here. This is going to be solely the purpose of depth and defense that's going to win this football game.
And I'm looking snow as well. So I'm seeing 34 now. So it looks snow. So probably it could be a ground and pound, nice Quinshon Judkins day.
And you guys got that.
I would say if you're looking fantasy football wise, they've scored out of the Wildcat anytime Quinshon Judkins on the betting end. I can play him on the betting side and on the fantasy side, of course. So for the Titans, before we get our official prediction here, I've been struggling, and I got Ian Moore on my team a little and tried to sprinkle him in from time to time. Is there any player that you would start in your fantasy lineup from the Tennessee Titans right now?
Today?
No,
I have Junkins on my. My fantasy team, and I do have him in a parlay to score today. Ooh. So I hope he gets 50 in a touchdown today, just for my fantasy sake, just to lock me up more even in the playoffs. But no, you can't. I mean, I think we have 9 or 10 offensive touchdowns this year. I mean, as sad as it sounds, I'm a realistic fan, and people can say, "Oh my God, how can you say that about a team?" Tony Pollard's not Tony Pollard. Tajay Spears, he can do wonders. I would love Gunnar Helm to get involved today.
Sure.
Love it. Get rid of Chig and show me, the tight end one, a 6-6 target in the red zone. But we can't even do that, So, I mean, no, I don't feel confident of starting and or betting a Tennessee Titan to score a touchdown today.
I was unfortunately bullish on picking up Tony Pollard in several leagues as like a nice kind of depth guy. And the border is getting you 8-9 fantasy points tops a game.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Yeah, it's been like that all year for us Titans fans.
Official prediction, my friend. Game today, 34 degrees in Cleveland, Ohio. Browns 4.5-point favorites. I'm seeing 33. The over under 33.5.
Yeah, just where we want to be on the couch watching this game. No, I mean I have this. Believe it or not, I have the Titans covering in this game just because I said it's a defensive battle. 4.5. I mean I'll take it, but I see the Browns winning 16-13. Honestly, I think it's just going to be
about right.
Yeah, just the under it'll be well in play over here. 16-13. What is that? 29 points. So that's the 33.5 is the over under. So it's in that play for me. 16-13 Browns. with Jarett getting at least 4.5 sacks to break.
Yeah, that's where the money is. The money's on the D. I like it. Yes. All right, hey Jarett, tell people where they can find your show. You're going to be on post game as well. Tell people where they can find you.
Post game live. We're going to be at Sick Podcast Talking Titans or Sick Pod Titans on Twitter and X and YouTube. Yeah, we're always on Tuesday shows, Friday shows, Sunday post game, wherever you can find us. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and we're also on Instagram too. So Sick Pod Titans.
Love it, buddy. Well, you know what? Let's when it gets to draft season, let's swing back around, do another little collab here because both of our teams are going to be very entrenched in the draft process. So that'll be a lot of fun. Let's do it, buddy. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. Good luck today. Take care.
Thank you. You too. There he goes. Jarett Foote from Sick Pod Titans. Folks, 33.5, the over under. Oh my. That's gross. Oh, how rotten. Jared's a good man. Yeah, this is a prison inmate game. Okay, if you're not a fan of these teams, there is pretty much no reason to to watch that. You kind of go back and forth. I want to know, what do you think? Would you rather the Browns lose to help their draft stock or win and get that little nice kick? What's the good chemical goes into endorphins or something? A little like, oh, yay, happy for a second. Do you want the Browns to win or lose this game? I personally, I think it would be, and we've seen the Browns do the impossible on the negative side. I think it's very hard for them to lose this ball game. Not impossible, because it's like I said, we've seen them do much worse and giving things up. Let's do some fantasy football updates here. You got questions? Pop them in the chat. Hashtag Ask Andy. Updates. Jaden Reed off injured reserve for the Packers. Noah Brown is in for the Commanders. Not going to play those. Marion Hampton, Haskins, Justin Herbert questionable. Jalen Carter out for the Eagles on the defensive side. That's interesting. Let's see other updates. Things of note. Kenneth Walker losing red zone work to Charbonnet. I'm still playing DeAndre Swift. Montague is in there too, though. Tony Pollard, like we talked about with Jarett. He's going to get you. You play Tony Pollard, expect 8 to 9 fantasy points. If that's fine for you, play him. If it's not, try to go in another direction, right? Some other injury updates. A lot of weather for the Jacksonville Colts game in Jacksonville. Jonathan Taylor, you're playing anyway. Travis Etienne, give me that all day. Parker Washington's going to be out. So maybe some Jacoby Myers, but it's going to be wet. So keep that in mind. Greg Dortch to IR for the Cardinals. Trent Sherfield is up, but I'm more interested in Michael Wilson and Bam Knight for the Cardinals team with all the injuries on that side as well. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's as far as updates go. That's probably the latest there. We'll keep you up to date on any injury updates, notes. Denver can clinch a playoff spot today. Let's see. Trey Benson must be activated this week or his season is over. So he's not going to play today soon as practice window is closing if you're a Trey Benson owner. Mike Evans has been pushing to play as soon as Thursday. So Mike Evans still out. Aaron Rodgers. Yep, he's in. Okay. Yeah, right. Interesting. Okay, we got a few questions up there. Let's get to hashtag Ask Andy. All right, let's jump right in. We'll go to X at SickPod Browns at Andy MC81. What do we got, producer Shane? Marion Hampton or Bam Knight? Hashtag Ask Andy. That comes from at Life on Wax 79. Look, Marion Hampton is interesting. I was heavily invested in Marion Hampton in several of my leagues, and it bit me in the butt. Here's the problem. Marion Hampton plays Monday night. We won't know, and really it doesn't matter even if he's fully cleared or not to play. What's his usage going to be? Now, I just mentioned Jalen Carter is going to be out. That is a Marion Hampton friendly. But are you going to play the guy a full workload right away? I doubt it. That's why I'm saying Bam Knight is the play today, because the injury's behind him. And you're going to be able to see a guy who's been popping a little bit. Probably a bit of a lower ceiling than a healthy Hampton, but Bam Knight all the way. Let's get to another one. Keenan Allen, Isaac Tesla, or Jaden Higgins. So Tesla, of course, played already in that Thursday night game. What a game, by the way. 44 points by the Lions. And Tesla, we mentioned to you last week, popped. So if you didn't play Tesla, Higgins is the play. Allen is, man, especially if Justin Herbert is questionable. Yeah, we don't want too many shares of any Chargers quarterbacks if that's the case. Jaden Higgins is the play. Getting you nice low to mid-teen fantasy output going across. Very nice, steady, kind of sneakily, quietly steady on that. So I really like myself some Jaden Higgins in that game. So Higgins, Houston's been improving as well. So there you go. We'll do that. Let me just see if there's any other updates here. Max Crosby listed as questionable for the Raiders, but he is expected to play against the Broncos. Yeah, light up your Broncos, kids. Cortland Sutton, if you've been benching him like I have, put him in. Troy Franklin, put him in. Get him going. Chris Olave for the Saints, questionable due to a back injury, but is expected to play versus the Buccaneers. So Pop Olave. Olave's been quietly good with horrible quarterback play. Speaking of which, though, I'm in 1-2 QB league where my best option for the second QB is Tyler Shuck. Yeah, not great. Bills, Dalton Kincaid, listed as questionable due to knee and hamstring injuries. Will try to play. Might want to think of a different direction at tight end if that's the case here. Could be a nice Harold Fan and junior day for the Browns if you can collect him. That might not be too bad. Let's see. Anybody else? We got Jayden Reed. Yeah. Talk about Deshaun Watson. Sean McVay. Okay. Baker Mayfield and Bucky Irvin have been fined for violent gestures in celebration. Oh, they did the old Undertaker throat slash. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Now we look at these games, and we talked about a bit with Jarett. There's some betting opportunities here, folks. Okay, so let's get into the parlay party. NFL betting ticket. We're going to jump on the DraftKings Sportsbook. Let's see if we can build this out. Maybe we do a little couple here. Let's see. Let's log back in because I'm liking a Judkins anytime touchdown. Myles Garrett certainly on the sack front. Let's see if there's any. I never know if you can combine some of these or not. So let's get into the same game parlay for Browns Titans here. Let's get defensive props. Where is it? DST. Okay. To record a sack, Myles Garrett minus 580. Can I get alternates though? Oh, does it get it doesn't give me multiple sack way. Let's see. Maybe I can find it here. Let's see. Rushing, receptions, passing. I want defense. Man. Let's see. Can I get defense? Oh, I don't think so. Okay. Well, you know what? I guess we'll just have to do Myles Garrett anytime sack, which might be the safest play in sports history. We're going to go under 33.5. We're going to go Browns outright. Pay him minus 200. We're going to go, let's go Quinshawn anytime minus 110. Tony Pollard plus 2. Oof. I don't even know. There might not even be a touchdown in that one. Let's see if we can add in the Garrett DST. Sometimes they let you, sometimes they don't. Let's see. Can I get a Myles? I can. All right, minus 580. Maybe you got a booster or not. Okay, so we got for the Browns game, we got Judkins anytime touchdown, Myles anytime sack, Browns win under 33.5. Bills, Bengals. Both these teams need to win. Bengals probably a little bit more to keep. Well, not probably, definitely. I don't know if I like that. What's the in Buffalo? It's going to be cold too. If it's going to be cold in Cleveland, what's the Buffalo temperature? 31 in snow. 53.5. That might be a bit high. Broncos, Raiders. Division game, but man, and it's in Vegas. Broncos by 7.5. I say we take that. Come on. Let's pop that on there. Bears, Packers, Rams, Cardinals. Rams shocked, by the way, but how are the Carolina Panthers winning these games? How are they 7-6? I have no idea. Rams revenge game minus 590. They take care of business. Texans and Chiefs. I don't want to touch this one. Chiefs and free fall. Eagles, Chargers. Eagles by just 2.5. If you got Justin Jefferson, I'm going to jump in on that now. On that Monday nighter, minus 138. Dolphins, Jets, barf. Ooh, there's some bad games this week, kids. Buccaneers, Saints, give me the Bucks. Minus 460. Falcons, Seahawks. Got to go Falcons. Got to go Seahawks on the road. Commanders, Vikings. Ugh. Colts, Jags. You play your Michael Pittman. We talked about weather, right? You go Jonathan Taylor, maybe anytime touchdown. Steelers, Ravens. Ooh. I don't like. There's so many games that are just kind of blah. Colts, Jags. What's the anytime touchdown for Jonathan Taylor? That's got to be one of the safer plays going, right? Minus 210. Gotta be. Right? Minus 210. Travis Etienne, You know what? Maybe a rushing prop for Etienne. I think Etienne's going to get over under 53.5. Got to be over for Travis Etienne. What's he been? Let's check real quick. Now, you know what? I'm going to say over on 53. You got to get 53.5 in the rain, right? I think we got to do that. Okay. We'll pop that up there. Yeah. Okay. On the ground, you got to get 53. That's not unreasonable. That's not an unreasonable take. Pittsburgh and Ravens. Both these teams. I think the Ravens will win. I don't want to bet on that. Yeah, and then we'll stick. That's an 11-legger right there. That's not bad. If we got an 11-leg plus $9,838, we bet $10 on that. We win $983.87. How about that? Plus 9,838. I think that's a heck of a play. You know, that's a heck of a play. You got to get yourself DraftKings Sportsbook, folks, okay? Game on! Every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football. It's first down fireworks, anytime TD rushes, live bets that ride every momentum shift. At DraftKings, every play is your next shot to win. And new customers, this one's for you. You bet just $5, you get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, you grab over $200 off of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts right now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 6sports. That's code 6sports. Get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Maybe you're doing our parlay party here, right? How about that? 11-legger. Okay. But you get $300 in bonus bets after you make your first $5 or more bet, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
All right, kids, that'll do it. We'll wrap it up. We'll get you ready for Browns, Titans. Also, post-game reaction coming up. So make sure you're following on X at SickPodBrowns, at AndyMC81, Instagram and TikTok at AndyMC Sports. Make sure you're following here. Subscribe to the channel, of course, as well. Will Myles Garrett break the all-time sack record today with Cam Ward and the Titans giving up an average of 4 sacks a game? That's exactly the number that Myles Garrett needs. Let me know. Is Myles going to break the record? What's your score prediction? I'll pick 17-13 Browns. Low scoring. Could be lower than that. Could be 13-10. I'll be a little more optimistic. 17-13. And we see the Browns take that next step and, of course, ultimately hurt themselves when it comes to the draft position. But big thanks to Jarett Foote from the Sick Pod Titans for jumping on a little collab here for producer Shane and to all of you. Remember, Tuesday show, fantasy football, waiver wire. Stay tuned for that as well. But until next time, go Browns!
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Andy McNamara on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.